I probably can't narrow down to one, but just the general carrying out of persistent teasing through my childhood would probably be the best thing I remember.
Now, I guess a favorite memory of mine is when he first saw you, Lloyd, and when he saw Mark, and holding you as babies. He knew exactly how to take care of babies and boys. And then he felt the same way when he had those grandchildren. Those are favorite memories.
I don't know. We 2001, of course, we took the trip out west, and that was the first time. And in fact, Linda even came over one night as the two couples, and we took this little test to see whether we could live with each other for that period of time, you know. And it was an amazing thing that we got along so well and lived pretty close together for, you know, we did things separate when we needed to do them, and that memory that first memory will always be there, you know, of the time we spent 3 months, 4 months and they're little things from Michigan to Oregon coast to in between, Glacier, you know, just days that were just outstanding days, you know, just being together and being a part of this world.
Well, my favorite memory would be that he used to help me with my homework because nobody else could do that but Uncle Holmes. So that was sweet because I wasn't real good at math and he was very patient. So that's a good memory. Another is the way he would tickle you till you couldn't stand it anymore. And the puzzles, the way he could work all those puzzles, the wooden puzzles that used to be underneath the table in the living room. We could pull those out and he could do every single one of them, and I still can't do one of them to this day.
The camporee was outstanding, trying to get the kids out of camp. We just told them anybody going to take a nap, the adults were going to take a nap. They had to leave for the afternoon and be quiet.
He took the time to include me in NASCAR and teach me, you know, it's a 2.5-mile track, and use a stopwatch and figure out the miles per hour by the time, and that was how he'd let me skip school. I just cherished, I remember playing around on those metal seats, being bored, trying to be still, carrying coolers full of sandwiches and snacks, and you're the only family that had those bugles. We never had the bugles. Your family had the bugles. We had to go to your house to get the bugles. And y'all would have little alligator bags full of bugles.
Amazing how he can meet a child and then all of a sudden he's doing these little tricks magic tricks, and you know, he's very entertaining with children.
I guess a sort of an ongoing memory that I have of Paco, and he usually reconstitutes itself pretty often. Whenever he sits me down and calls me youngin', and then tells me just some sort of story or explains something to me, or teaches me something that I didn't know before, and it happens pretty often. Usually, at least once every time we visit. And I mean, there's times when he would do this in Virginia, and he'd explain something about the house he grew up in, or a relative that's been dead for years, and he'd tell me about him, or a custom that used to go on in our family, or explain something about the space program when he worked on it. I mean, tons and tons of life experiences that I have no context for, would it not be for Paco bringing me into those stories. And he's got tons of them. So I don't know if I can think of a single memory, but the collection of all those and him sharing those with me, I treasure a lot.
There's lots of them because we've been together a really long time. But I have to say that when Lloyd and I were dating, he used to pick on me all the time, unmercifully. And of course, probably part of the reason he picked on me was because I would retaliate and pick on him back. But I remember one time saying to Lloyd, I think I was in tears too, why does he pick on me so much? Why does he do that? That just bothers me, and I know he hates me. And Lloyd said he only picks on people he loves. So that made me glad, but it didn't make the situation any better. because to this day he still picks on me. But I still give it right back to him too.
Living in Palm Grove, it was just down the street from the Gileses, and Sherry used to always come down and watch the Saturday afternoon black and white drama, scariest, science fiction, Dracula, Frankenstein, all of those type things. My dad would watch those on Saturday afternoon. And our TV at that time was back in the family room, and we had this dark orange curtain that you could pull across the sliding glass doors, and it was pitch black in there. And every week it was the same thing. You know, us kids, we'd sit down in front of that TV, and the beanbag chairs are up close to the TV. And about the time the music started getting up close and you knew something was going to happen, every single week my dad would come up behind Sherry and bang! She'd jump right up through the ceiling.